Hello everyone, Sam here. Welcome to a brand new video. And today I will be discussing world building and talking about the fictional politics of the Guardians of the United States. Now, let me introduce to you guys the two fictional political parties of this universe, that being the Black Yang Party and the White Yang Party. Okay? I'm going to be going over the origins and their ideology. Black Yang Party's origins. This political party was founded after the American Revolutionary War, and this party was created in the year of 1783. And this party was founded by the founding fathers of America. And the ideology that this party practices is truth, which is what this party wants people to hear. This party symbol is an eagle with one wing, as in this party is constantly searching for truth. Matter of fact, as in right here, this is the Black Yang Party's logo, which they call themselves the right wing of truth, or this political party itself often believes that they are the party of truth and freedom. But can any group or any party really call themselves the party of truth if members of that party are willing to legit distort truth in order to get people to go along with their agenda? Would you guys give any governing body that power? Would you or would you not? Like sometimes people even call the truth hateful, or they don't like the truth and they try to call it hateful. Let me know in the comments below. Now, this is the White Yang Party's origins. This political party was founded basically right after the American Civil War. This party was created in the year of 1865, and this party was founded by a man named Abe Lincoln to help create equal rights for all and to help abolish slavery. And the ideology that this party practices is ideas. This party's symbol is an eagle with one wing, as in this party is constantly looking for new ideas. Matter of fact, this is the White Yang Party's logo, the left wing of ideas, or as they like to call themselves, the party of ideas and change. However, can any party really call themselves the party of ideas if members of that party are willing to distort truth in order to can any party really call themselves the party of ideas if members of that party are willing to suppress new ideas that may disrupt the status quo? Can any group, can any governing body do that? Should they be able to do that? Let me know in the comments below. Now we're going to be moving on to other things, such as right here called the power triangle. As in right here, the three powers that have a massive influence on the government. We have Congress, special interest, and bureaucracies. These three oftentimes do in fact work with one another. Okay, whether it be lobbyists working with Congress to get some bills passed, or whether that be special interest helping bureaucracies, supplying bureaucracies with new information. Matter of fact, let me introduce to you guys one of the first special interest groups in this universe, called the Checks and Balances Association. March 21st, 1859. This is the CBA, or aka the Checks and Balances Association, a special interest group founded by a man named Kingston Award, who came up with the idea of the Checks and Balances Association. And the CBA's whole goal is this. The CBA, or the Checks and Balances Association, has the interest of providing checks and balances to Western societies, making sure no government is too powerful nor powerless, and make everything come to the middle. Okay, now I'm going to be introducing to you guys one of the greatest achievements of the lobbying or of the special interest. One of the greatest achievements they ever did was, in fact, this organization. AGA, or American Gatekeeper Association. July 12, 1981. This is the AGA, or AKA the American Gatekeeper Association, a federal military organization that was founded by both U.S. Congress and special interest groups. And these two houses were the ones who came up with the idea of the AGA, and the American Gatekeeper Association's whole goal is this. The AGA, or the American Gatekeepers Association, is the governing body of the American interest, meaning that that organizations this organization is here to gatekeep and protect American companies when they outsource their labor across the seas, and this organization will fight tooth and nail in order to safeguard America's interest. Now, I got that out of the way. Now, let me introduce to you guys at least one of the most recognizable gatekeepers of this series. That being, Dimitri Foxwood. Alright. Born 1972, age 55, height 6.3, weight 15.194, he has nicknames. Nicknamed the Black Fist. Race Caucasian. Personality. This man is a responsible type of guy who is the Senate leader and is also the gatekeeper of balance. When you first see him, he is serious, who stands up tall and has an intimidating presence that can even intimidate grown men, and is a strategic genius as he's known how to make sure everything has its checks and balances, and is willing to use his position as the Senate leader to bypass certain laws to protect American citizens from harm, and is always encouraging leaders of the government to be more responsible. However, he has his weaknesses. For example, his own idealistic mindset, and his second weakness is his own blatant hypocrisy. As in, although he encourages government leaders to be more responsible, he's a hypocrite because he oftentimes will do irresponsible things that oftentimes lead to terrible consequences, such as bypassing certain laws. Now, however, he might have his weaknesses, but he's not a bad person. He just has his faults. But he has a good heart, who has a dream to one day help create a world where young men can receive help to prevent them from taking their own life, just like his friend did a long time ago. Now, you might be wondering, how is he going to help the young men in this world? Well, one of the ways he's going to do that is he founded his own interest group called Young Men's Guild for America, as in right here. Alright, a non-for-profit organization founded October 29th, 2001. This is the YMGA, or AKA the Young Men's Guild for America, a special interest group founded by gatekeeper/Senate leader Dimitri Foxwood, who came up with the idea of the Young Men Guild for America. And the YMGA's whole goal is this. The YMGA, or the Young Men's Guild for America, has the interest for men across the Western world, and lobbies the governments to help teach young men to be brave and masculine, to help build a better society, and create special programs that help men who are feeling suicidal. Now, this is his description. He wears a fancy black suit and wears a long white tie with a a black eagle with one wing on the tie, and wears black dress shoes, and wears a big black bison hat, and wears a brown fur coat, and wears black sunglasses, and he has a thin waist, and he has mid-long black combed hair, and has light green eyes, and he has big broad shoulders, and he stands up tall, and he has jet black and darkened hands, and he carries a lit cigar in his right hand, and carries a pack of cigars in his right pocket. Now, this character does not have a mutant power. Instead, he has another ability called mana, specifically right here. You see, there's two different types of manas. Now, you might be wondering, what is mana? Mana is like a kind of like a spiritual aura that almost every human being possesses. Now, there are two different types of mana. As you can see, we have white mana and black mana. Now, this character has white mana. He has white mana, which is a spiritual aura that allows him to create spiritual shields in which he can control and manipulate this shield. And this gives him amazing defensive power, and his shield can absorb energy, shoot it back, and has heightened strength and awesome durability. As in, he's very tough, he's very strong. This is what he's been trained to do. He's been doing this ever since he was a kid. Alright? Now, before we go on, I have to talk about another interest group. Alright, that being this one right here, Big Sisters and Little Sisters Association. Founded March 1st, 1987. This is the BSLSA, or AKA the Big Sisters and Little Sisters Association, a special interest group founded by a woman named Ellen Spinner, who came up with the idea of Big Sisters and Little Sisters Association. And the BSLSA's whole goal is this. The BSLSA, or the Big Sisters and Little Sisters Association, has the interest for women across the world, as they lobby governments to create love and equality for women of the world, and create special programs that helps women that are going through trauma. Now, here's one of the now since I explained that, here's a well-known member of this organization, being Anna Sona. All right, this right here. This is one of the other government leaders of this universe, Anna Sona, born in 1977, age 50, height 6.2, weight 174 to 116, race Caucasian, and his nickname, she's an absolute legend, nicknamed the Golden Swan. Personality, this lady is a honest type of girl who is one of the government leaders and is the gatekeeper of peace. When you first see her, she is peaceful and caring, and is willing to use her position as a leader of the Speaker to bring peace and equality to the citizens of the United States, and enjoys socializing with the common folk, and is always encouraging leaders of the government to be more truthful with the people. However, she has her weaknesses. For example, she has terrible trauma from the night her husband was killed, and her second weakness is the rampant use of alcoholism. However, as in after her husband was killed due to a very terrible incident that occurred, she ended up turning to alcohol in order to cope with it, which has not helped her in the least. However, she might have her weaknesses, but she's not a bad person. She just has her faults. But she has a good heart, who has a dream. Oh, yeah. who has a dream for one day to honor her late husband's wishes by creating a society where everyone and every race can coexist to live in beneficial harmony. Harmony. Now, there are some other things. She wears a white oh, this is her description, by the way. She wears a white fancy suit with a long black tie with a white eagle with one wing logo on the front of the tie, and she and she wears a white feathery jacket without the sleeves, and she wears makeup, and she wears dark red lipstick, and she wears purple eyeliner, and she wears black high heels, and she has a thin waist, and she has mid-long black curly hair, and she has orange eyes, and she has a scar above her right eye, and she has a big tattoo of a big swan on her back, and she carries a picture of her and her late husband. All right. Now, just like the other character I introduced, she does in fact have mana, but she doesn't have white mana, as in right here. She has a thing called black mana. Now, I should be more specific about this. White and black mana are different. White mana tends to be like a more of a interesting deal, as people who have white mana get their power or draw their power from their need to protect others. Meanwhile, black mana, people who use black mana draw their power from the environment, as their power tends to be more elemental. However, with this power, it's a bit complicated because black mana, people who have this cannot generate elements. They have to be near elements in order to use whatever ability. Like, for example, right here, this is Anasona's black mana. She has black mana, which is a spiritual aura. She can absorb and channel solar energy, as in she has to be near solar particles in order to manipulate it, in which she can emit powerful solar rays and emit a blinding light, and can use the solar energy to replenish her health, and she has a heightened strength, and she can move at light speeds. But she can only do that if she is surrounded by light. Okay? That's how most people who have black mana are. It is pretty powerful. Now, I'm going to be introducing another special interest group. That being, ready for this? A special interest group called Gaia. Gaia. Founded April 20th, 2018, this special interest group is called Gaia, a pro-lobbying group founded by a woman named Sophie Green, who came up with the idea of Gaia. And this pro-lobbying group's whole goal is this: the pro-lobbying group known as Gaia has the interest for those who are in a constant pain, as this group lobbies the government to have less governmental restrictions on the productions of cannabis for the benefits for those who are always in pain. Now, this right here is in fact Sophie Green. Okay, born 1988, age 39, height 6.0, weight 144.176, race Caucasian, and she's a hero. She's kind of like a very celebrity hero, nicknamed the Green Hero, and this is her personality. This young lady is a flamboyant type of girl who is a lobbyist, who is also the founder of a special interest group called Gaia. And is also, by the way, she's also the gatekeeper of healing, part of the Gatekeepers Association. When you first see her, she is upbeat, who loves being the center of attention, as she claims to have the interest for those who are in pain, as she poses with a whole lot of pride within inside her own heart, and is very well talented at expressing her ideas thoroughly, and is quite an expert at promoting her agenda to the American public. One of the best ways she does this is through a social media communication app called Blue Jays. As in right here, Blue Jays is the social media company that she uses oftentimes to help promote as she poses with pride, okay? Poses, my guys. She loves posing all the time. Alright? She is that type of person, okay? She has the meme energy. We all know what the meme energy is, okay? However, she has her weaknesses. For example, she doesn't take well to criticism, often running away instead of facing it. And her second weakness is her own addiction to escapism. Way too many times of her, way too many times trying to escape the harsh pains of this world. Okay, and one of the ways she does that is kind of going overboard on the whole cannabis deal. Smoking too much. Not trying to take responsibility. However, or not really being responsible for smoking cannabis. However, she might have her weaknesses, but she's not a bad person. She's not a bad person. She just has her faults, but she has a good heart who has a dream of one day create a world where people can find escapism to escape from the harsh pains of the world that she lives in, because she wants people to be able to escape from the harsh pains of this world, which I can often see why people would want to. I mean, this world is pretty messed up. I'm sure no one wants to live in a pretty messed up world. However, sadly, you have to face reality. You can't always escape. You can't always just escape reality. All right, because if you do that, you will eventually become so delusional with the world. Okay, you don't want to do that. All right, try to deal with your problems. Do whatever you can to get out of those problems. And let me tell you guys this: it's okay to ask for help. Okay, it's okay to ask for help. Don't ever be discouraged about that. It's okay to ask people for help. All right, trust me, I know how that feels. Now, this is Sophie's Green's description. She wears a dark green suit with a beautiful vegetation pattern, and she wears dark green dress shoes, and she wears a dark green top hat with a golden cannabis leaf in the front, and she wears white gloves, and she wears a big round spiraling glasses, and she wears a big black feathery cape, and she wears makeup, and she wears makeup, and what in the world? Makeup and black eye. And wears black eyeliner, and she wears dark green lipstick. And she has a skinny waist, and she has a hold on, I'm sorry guys. She wears dark green lipstick, and she wears a cannabis themed jewelry, and she has a skinny waist. All right, sorry for messing up on that. And she has long dark green curly hair, and she has dark blue eyes, and she has dark green painted fingernails, and she is big breasted and has round thighs, and she has a lit joint in her mouth, and she carries a fancy cane with a golden cannabis leaf on the top of the cane, and she has a cannabis tattooed in the middle of her. And she has a cannabis leaf tattoo in the middle of her chest. Man, I am messing up today, guys. I'm very sorry for that. Alright, now just like the other, she does in fact use mana, but specifically, she uses black mana, my guys, okay? Which right here is a spiritual aura. Get a good grip, a good look at it. Sorry if the camera's a little crap. Is black mana, which is a spiritual aura. She can draw power from the earth below and create cannabis that can slowly heal people around her, and she can control and manipulate vegetation around her. She can literally use the vegetation around her to grab people or either to hold them down. She can even create entities called stoner men, which do in fact take 3 different forms. Alright, you have the level 1 of stoner men called cannabis men. You have the second one called big stoner men. Then you have the last form being devil men, which is a giant cannabis leaf monster. Okay? Now this time we're going to be discussing something else. This time we're going to be talking about a character who's also a gatekeeper, but instead works for a bureaucracy. This right here is Dominic Lightfoot. Born 1987, age 40, height 6.1, weight 166.202, nickname the Black Spider, and is also the gatekeeper of shadows, guys. And race, he is black. Personality, this man is a due diligence type of guy who is a secret undercover agent who works for the Bureau of Crime and Justice, or the BCJ. Now, when you first see him, he is calm but has a serious expression on his face, and is someone who speaks in a loud but booming voice, and is willing to commit to the task at hand of going after some of the worst people and bring them to justice for the protection for the common people, and ain't gonna go down without a fight, and is a excellent planner, guys. And I mean excellent planner, planning out almost all his attacks, planning out all his attacks against basically scumbags. You guys know them, scumbags, terrible people who threaten our world, or who threaten the common people. Alright? However, he has his weaknesses. For example, he has a bad anger problem. And his second weakness is he can often say things that has gotten him into some pretty sticky situations. Alright, which is you gotta be very careful when saying some stuff. You don't want to be saying dumb stuff, alright? So, or rather, I should say, you gotta be careful what you say in public, you know? Be very careful, you know. You know what? I'm just saying, you know, you don't want to be stupid. You don't want to go around saying stuff you're going to regret, alright? Alright, I'm for free speech, alright? I'm not going to be policing people's free speech, alright? Don't strike me down. Please. I love you. However, he might have his weaknesses, but he's not a bad person. He just has his faults. But he has a good heart who has a dream to one day find and locate the 2 mysterious individuals who have the aliases Financier and Profiteer and bring them to justice for their crimes against humanity. Okay, now this is the character's description right here. Okay. He wears a black and red armored bodysuit with the BCJ logo on the front, and he wears a black peaked cap with the golden initials BCJ on the front, and he wears a black cape, and he wears red spider theme shoulder pads, and he wears a black scarf wrapped around his neck, and has hidden robotic spider legs attached to the back of his suit, and he has a thin waist, and he has short black shining combed hair, and has light blue eyes, and he has a muscular body with muscular arms with a six-pack in the middle. and has many scars on his body, particularly around his stomach, and he carries 2 rifles on his hold on. And he carries 2 rifles on his back, and he carries 2 technological laser pistols on each hip. Now, just like the other characters, alright, he does in fact use mana. He has white mana, which is a spiritual aura. This allows him to change the levels of his voice. He can release sound waves, or he can release screeching screams, or searching screams, sorry, that is able to shatter anything in close quarters combat, and has great reflexes, and can use those robotic spider legs that he can climb up surfaces, and can basically cling to anything, and camouflage into the darker surfaces, and has super speed, and has amazing stamina. Okay, that is pretty cool. Am I right, guys? I don't know, because to me, I think that's pretty cool. All right. All right. Thanks you guys for watching. I know this video was actually a bit longer this time. I want it to be kind of longer, kind of explaining some of the fictional politics of the Guardians of the United States. Explaining on how this world operates. You got Congress, the special interest groups, and the bureaucracies. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll be able to explain it a little bit more, a little bit better. Alright, because I am trying to learn. Alright, I want to be able to create one of the best series in this world. Because see guys, what this series is about is that this series is about colorful characters who are forced to live in a world that is nothing but black and white, red and blue. It's the Guardians themselves are supposed to be very colorful characters who are are forced to live in a world that is completely black and white. I should have said that in the beginning. Alright, so subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I'll be able to make more videos like this for you guys. And also, as I've been saying, subscribe to the channel. And also, get ready, because next, I'll be talking about a rivalry between the Guardian of Georgia and the Guardian of Colorado. Alright, this will be a rivalry between industrialism versus environmentalism. Alright, this is going to be an epic rivalry between the two. Follow me on my Twitter account at OddCinema899. Thank you for everything. Thanks for watching. And if you're still here listening, have a good day.